keep coming back to the classics, and because I think they kind of set the groundwork for some things. So as you look at animation and you look at styles, you say, oh, it was so easy, some of the cartoon styles like Charlie Brown. Oh, look at that, with the single backgrounds and the cell paint and the this and that. And people criticize it stylistically, but I think content-wise, it really pretty much captured children better than Rugrats, honestly. Rugrats had a tendency to pick up on children's things that kids do that are gross, or things that kids do that get on your nerves. Oh, that makes funny stuff. Well, it's funny to everybody with the parent who deals with that stuff all the time.
Faster, Philip! We got to get to the peoples on top! I got dibs on the feet!
But Charlie Brown focused on the personality differences. There was Lucy, who was a control freak. I mean, we can all look at Lucy now and say, Lucy, okay.
Charlie Brown, it's true. I recognize your frailties, your weaknesses. You need me to point out your faults, Charlie Brown.
But, and then you looked at Linus and Pigpen, the kid, and we all knew, I mean, come on, growing up, you all knew the stinky kid. I mean, come on, there was, but it was their personalities that were being exemplified instead of the things they do wrong or the things that made them bad. It was, these are who they are, good, bad, and indifferent. Lucy's a control freak, always moves the football. But when they were in a pinch, she was the one that would say, okay, she'd get the megaphone, let's get it done. So it was her strength and her weakness. Charlie Brown always took a kick at the football knowing she was going to pull it up. It was his strength and his weakness. His strength being, I trust you. His weakness being, he's a sucker. So I think that's why, just as a kid phenomena or children being depicted, I think they did the best job because they took the strength and the weakness and they put them together in equal proportions so that it gave you an example of balance instead of having to be one or the other in order to actually make the movie.
You think you're so smart with that blanket. What are you gonna do with it when you grow up? Maybe I'll make it into a sport coat.
Shut up, you little insect.
Well, she is.
Do not shout at the table. Honey?
Kids, listen to your mother.
She'd eat if we were having Tony Loaf.
That's it.
Hey!
Stop it! Stop it! We're gonna be toast!
Stop coming in the house. No.
Sit down. No! Hey, no force field!
Well, you coming?
Where?
Why, to the North Pole, of course. This is the Polar Express.
There's no limits to the amount of creativity that they can do. There's, that places you can go where your mind can take you. But I think the challenge is going to be, can you figure out how to be creatively appropriate to your audience? And remember that it's children that are watching, and that adults have so many options of things to watch. And yes, they buy more tickets, But ultimately, the medium was intended and created for children. And that's who will probably see it most. So I think we have a responsibility to make sure that we keep the scales balanced a bit.